Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living North Metro. I'm Reverend Michael Torphy.
I'm Reverend Valerie Torphy.
I'm Sheila Fawson.
And I'm Greg Fawson. We help with the broadcast production.
I'm Paul Ladsiddle, your musical spiriteer for today's service.
So let's get going with the evocation. So if you would, please close your eyes. Take a deep cleansing breath. And join us in this eternal moment where everything's in perfection. There's nothing needed. There's nothing that we need more of. It's just perfectly unfolding moment to moment. And I know that this idea of spirit in the house covers this whole planet, that everyone that's tuned in today is blessed and is a blessing. Knowing that this service unfolds in its perfection, I simply can release, let go, and allow it to be. And together we say, and so it is.
The purpose of our spiritual community is to be a spiritual community, to be supportive to all those who are seeking support, to practice and live unconditional love, to be non-judgmental and forgiving, to embrace oneness, to join all others who want to co-create a world that works for everyone, all cultures, all races, all sexual orientations, and all life. And together we say, and so it is.
So we have Paul Ladsiddle, our special music today, and he always brings something very wonderful. I look forward to it. Anyway, Paul.
We settle into the warmth of this place, giving thanks for amazing grace. One affirmation, one good deed is all it takes for a soul in need. Feel the presence and the power to love. See inside what we're made of. Why, we're spirit by nature, human by condition, surrounded by worldly superstition. We've got passion to burn. By God we'll learn, thy will be done by intuition. We fight for the time to meditate. Use it or lose it, it's never too late. Fight for the power to concentrate, just to let it all go in a leap of faith. 'Cause we're spirit by nature, human by condition, surrounded by worldly superstition. We've got passion to burn. By God we'll learn, thy will be done by intuition. Take all of our restless expectations, surrender them to divine desire. We gather in holy congregation for the strength in numbers, becoming one. There is a quickening in the heart of the moment, transcending time and space, where we will meet without words. In fearless faith we shall remain. Spirit by nature, human by condition, surrounded by worldly superstition. We've got passion to burn. By God we'll learn, thy will be done by intuition. Live it, don't will it.
Well, you gave the sermon for today, but nothing else we need to do.
That was great.
Yeah, thank you, Paul.
Certainly.
We'll get back to you in a few.
Okay.
So, like us and check in on Facebook at CSL North Metro. You can check out our website, cslnorthmetro.org. You can go to contact us to add yourself to the email list. You can request prayers, and we'll pray on them all week. And there's lots more information out there. There's articles, blogs that Reverend Michael writes, and just lots of good stuff out there. Today's title is Live It, Don't Will It. And if you like what you're seeing and you want to help us continue to do this, you can go to our website, cslnorthmetro.org. And just a little bit down the first page, there's lots of ways to donate. So Venmo, PayPal, credit cards, debit cards. And if you're a person that does checks, our address is on the website too. So thank you for donating. Yeah, there's Venmo right there.
We'll make it easy for you.
Yes.
So,
Today's title is Live It, Don't Will It. I think that's what I have to say. Hey, Paul.
It's me again, back in cyberspace. When you start to doubt if you exist, God believes in you. Confounded by the evidence, God believes in you. When your light burns so dim and your chances seem so slim, you swear you don't believe in Him. God believes in you. When you rise up just to fall again, God believes in you. Deserted by your closest friends, God believes in you. When you're betrayed by a kiss, turn your cheek to another fist. It does not have to end like this. God believes in you. Everything matters if anything matters at all. Everything matters no matter how big, no matter how small. God believes in you. Yes, God believes in you. When you're so ashamed you could die, God believes in you. And you can't do right even though you try, God believes in you. Blessed are the ones who grieve, the ones who mourn, the ones who bleed. In sorrow you sow, but in joy you weep. God believes in you. Blessed are the ones who grieve, the ones who mourn, the ones who bleed. In sorrow you sow, but in joy you reap. God believes in you. Yes, God believes in you.
Yay. That's really good.
yeah,
Nice song.
we have Sheila today doing the readings and affirmations.
All right.
We'll see you in a bit, Paul.
Bye,
Okay.
Paul. Great song.
Oops.
Whoops.
Oops.
You need to leave them on.
Go ahead.
I can't read it. These are the affirmations. Good morning.
Good morning.
Affirmations for the week of June 1st, 2025. Written by Stephen Anthony. Please repeat after me. I accept the infinite potential within.
I accept the infinite potential within.
My very existence is the environment for God's love to express.
My very existence is the environment for God's love to express.
The perfection of the universe is revealed as my experiences.
The perfection of the universe is revealed as my experiences.
The divine presence within guides and sustains me always.
The divine presence within guides and sustains me always.
Every day I step into the highest vision for my life.
Every day I step into the highest vision for my life.
I fully embody the allness of spirit in all that I am.
I fully embody the allness of spirit in all that I am.
And together we say,
And
so it is.
Yes. Yay.
All right. And the reading today is from How Can I Help by Ram Dass and Paul Gorman. Sometimes our minds are so scattered, confused, depressed, or agitated, we can hardly get out of bed. I can relate. At other times, we're clear, alert, and receptive. We feel ready, even eager to respond generously to the needs of others. Most of the time, it's really not one or the other. Our minds are, well, they're just our minds. Like old cars, typewriters, or appliances, we put up with their idiosyncrasies with a shrug. What can we do about it anyway? Perhaps we settled for too little. Our mind, after all, is our most potentially powerful tool. With it, we have harnessed fire, devised technology, extended our ability to grow and process food, developed ways to protect ourselves from the elements, discovered means to cure illness and extend our lifespan. Our mind is not only the source of ideas, a tool for gathering data, an instrument for training and technique, or a repository of experience and memory. Because the mind's capacity to think is so brilliant, we tend to be dazzled by it and fail to notice other attributes and functions. There is more to the mind than than reason alone. There is awareness itself and what we sometimes think of as deeper qualities of the mind. Most of us know how supportive it is merely to be in the presence of a mind that is open, quiet, playful, receptive, or reflective. These attributes are themselves helpful. Moreover, there is something we frequently experience. Perhaps we can call it intuitive awareness. That links us most intimately to the universe and in allegiance with the heart. That binds us together in generosity and compassion. Often it leaps to vision and knowledge instantaneously. My understanding of the fundamental laws of the universe, said Albert Einstein, did not come out of my rational mind. This resource of awareness can give us access to deeper power to help and to heal. Thanks. And together we say, and so it is.
so it is.
Yeah.
Beautiful reading.
Yeah.
Well, in my mind, it helps me to be grounded to the earth. So this is the garden song.
Yeah.
Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. Gonna mulch it deep and low, gonna make it fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, Please bless these seeds I sow. Please keep them safe below till the rain comes tumbling down. Pulling weeds, picking stones, we are made of dreams and bones. Need a place to grow my own, 'cause the time is close at hand. Grain for grain, sun and rain, find my way in nature's chain. Tune my body and my brain to the music of the land. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. Gonna mulch it deep and low, gonna make it fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, please bless these seeds I sow. Please keep them safe below till the rain comes tumbling down. Plant your rows straight and long, seasoned with a prayer and song. Mother Earth will make you strong if you give her love and care. Old crow watching from a tree, he's got his hungry eyes on me. In my garden I am as free as that feathered beak up there. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. Gonna mulch it deep and low, gonna make it fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, please bless these seeds I sow. Please keep them safe below till the rain comes tumbling down. Till the rain comes tumbling down.
We've been doing some gardening, so we can relate to that song. So thank you, Paul.
Certainly.
Certainly. We'll see you in a bit.
Okay.
So, live it, don't will it. To me, that means something profound. That I can live my life without having to will everything into my being. I don't need to will good luck. I don't need to will anything other than being in life itself. So here's what's clear to me. Life is to be lived. And a lot of you may say that it's a redundant statement. What I say to them is there'll be those who are confused regarding what living is really about. They get caught up in the world of effects and totally forget about their inner world, the world of creation that can be tapped into at any moment in time. Living a complete, fulfilled life has nothing to do with what's happening or not happening to you, what neighborhood you live in, how much money you make or don't have, what condition or situation you find yourself in. Those aren't living a complete and fulfilled life. A fulfilled life is always discovered through the mind-heart connection. The mind-heart connection. So many times we feel like we need to take control of our life and force it into what we desire. Your desires are God's desires. So when they come forth to you, you just allow them to guide you and direct you in the most profound way, because you're not doing the work, it's God doing the work through you. The inner world can be assessed anytime, anywhere, any place. Let me break it down. Consider the following steps towards making that connection, the heart-mind connection. I call them the let me steps. First one, let me not carry past hurts and pains, perceived permanent damages forward into the now. Thus, we continue, we're taking a chance that if we bring them into the now, then we're bringing them into the future, and we can't ever get rid of them because we're constantly giving them power, giving them the fact that it's true. This happened to me then, and I continue to live in it and wallow in it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And sometimes we do that for years.
yeah, sometimes for a full lifetime.
Yeah. So it can be a little bit that we allow ourselves to do that, and we can, like you said, it could be our whole life if we don't let go of it and realize, wow, that thing's gone.
Yeah,
Why am I continuing to dredge up that thing that makes me miserable that is not here anymore? I think the mind likes to do stuff like that.
yeah. When you let it have its own way, it
It likes to chew on things.
take you on some definite side trips that you don't want to take.
Mhm.
So the second one is let me find contentment in the choices of my past. So those so-called mistakes that have kept us in the spiritual prison of our minds we don't have to stay there, because the key is just be aware of the now and find the choices that you want to redefine those choices that you made, the mistakes that you made, the trouble that you suffered. Just refine it, redefine it into something more glorious, more now. The third one is let me embrace what's working as opposed to what's not. That's a biggie,
It is.
because again, the mind wants to take you on the negative trip.
Mhm.
It's not working because of this, it's not working because of that.
We're so and so did such and such, and now that can't be fixed.
Yeah, all those things. When all you have to do is make the right choices for finding contentment of what you experienced in the past.
Would you say that again?
It's the whole idea is let me find contentment in the choices I make. So again, it's just redefining those choices so they're not things that were bad that continue to keep you in its wake of not finding the now, as opposed to staying in the past and giving credit, giving power to those things that just aren't true anymore. If I did something in my past that I've carried shame for all this life, it's up to me to find the contentment in that mistake I made, the power source. So if I made a mistake, I can turn that mistake into a learning lesson, a lesson of meaningfulness to me. We all have lessons.
So it could be good things that we hold on to as well as things that we're embarrassed by or ashamed by.
That's true.
So we could be holding on to that thing where it was glorious, and I just can't quite let that go and be in the present.
Right. And the glory can't be relived. For that particular glory was the time and space that you were supposed to experience it. So that's a good point. We can get caught up and stuck in the past of, in the 6th grade, I was able to memorize a poem And the poem has such deep meaning to me that I can just live it forever now. So that was let me embrace what's working as opposed to what's not working. The fourth one is let me use my imagination and create the substance of something larger than how I see myself now. We lose our imagination. As we mature and get older and find ourselves having to live for getting good grades at school and then moving into making a living, raising a family, we can get lost and lose our imagination. The imagination is always still there. It's a matter of tapping into it. We can create the substance of something larger than how I see myself. That's an important thing to know, that your imagination is something that you can use to create the good in your life, create what is in the now. So how do we tap into that imagination?
Well, I think we have to find a way of being present as opposed to, I find myself thinking of what I should have done, what I could have done, what I need to do, and things like that, as opposed to what do I want to create today for my life. And it's more like a busyness to-do list than let me sit down and figure out what is it that I want. It's, instead of what is it that I have to do today. So I could change it to what do I want to create today?
Yeah. If we can imagine ourselves larger than life, we will create ourselves what we imagine. So if I can stand and imagine myself a healer, then I just keep that alive by imagining it until it's so. If I can imagine it in my mind, then the mind will make it so. It just can't help itself to respond to what I imagine into my life. And the fifth state is let me stay open at the top. That is so important.
It is.
That was one of the key phrases in matriculating through the classes that meant so much to me. Stay open at the top. We can box ourselves in so easy. I mean, that's funny. I'm looking at this box over there.
We're in a box.
But seriously, we can remember that every discovery is merely an opening for a new discovery. So when you discover something, that's not the end of your life. That's not the end of you expanding and growing. It's just one discovery leads to the next discovery. And each discovery has a distinct meaning in wherever you are in your life, wherever you're on in your journey. When you open up to self-discovery and stay open at the top, it will take place. So the last let me is let me pray and meditate daily. And this is how the first three steps are achieved, just by constantly staying in that prayerful, meditative state. And that takes practice. Within all of us are the answers, the guidance, and the love that we'll ever need. It's all there within us. So what my minister, Michael Beckwith, used to say, go forth and multiply the consciousness. But I add, but first we shall expand our own consciousness. You can't multiply it if you're not living it.
Right.
So within us all the answers, the guidance, and the love that we'll ever need. Just have faith and tap into it. And,
So, one of the things that I wrote down is Ernest Holmes said, since there's but one mind, that mind is God in us. It can be nothing else. And since this mind can know nothing outside of itself, the operation of this mind through us as a thought is the announcement of the infinite to itself. This is why thought is creative, not by willing, coercing, or concentration, but merely because it is the mind's nature to be creative.
mm-hmm.
And I think that, well, I know for myself, sometimes I get caught up in the busyness of my to-do list and the things that I need to get done this day. And those things are important because we do have to pay the bills and buy the groceries and cook the food and do all the things. I think we sometimes get, I don't know why our computer is doing stuff right now, but it's distracting. I don't know why it's doing that. So when we focus on the thing, I don't think you can get, well, maybe you can say do not show again. When we focus on the things that we want to create and we focus on that which we want to be and we focus on that which is, and we don't focus on, oh, woe is me because this didn't happen or that didn't happen or I made a mistake yesterday and it was a really bad thing. When we focus on right this moment, right this day, and know that right where we are, God is in its entirety, not just a little bit of it, but all of it is right where we are, God is. And so we always have this moment and the next and the next and the next to recreate that which is the most important thing in our lives. And when we spend time thinking about what has been, then we continue to create what has been instead of what it is that we want to create today and what it is that we want to create tomorrow and the life that we want to live. And I think the brain likes to chew on, I know the brain likes to chew on things. And so if there's not a thing going on, the brain will go back and look and find something to chew on. And so we get to be aware that that's what the brain does. That's its job. That's its thing it needs to do. And we've talked before about we have all of the different aspects of the brain as our species matured. We have the old brain that keeps us alive. And that's the worry word. That's the one that says, oh, you better not step in that street, or, oh, you better not try this, or, oh, you better not do that. And we get to look at that and go, okay, thank you very much for keeping me alive. And I really appreciate that. And it's okay if we make choices, and it's okay if we take risks, and it's okay if we fail sometimes, because that's how we grow, and that's how we learn, and that's how we live. And so as we begin to realize that we are so much more than we think we are, we have so much more capacity than we think we have, and we sometimes allow ourselves to remain in this little box because this is what my family did, this is how I grew up, this is what I was taught. And we don't think about everything is possible every day, all of the time, as we just begin to open up and expand ourselves to what is it that's possible for me to do today? What is it that's possible for me to do within the next week or the next month or the next year? And begin to look at who we can be and how we can be instead of how we were. Mm-hmm. And so the Science of Mind also teaches God is infinite intelligence, and as much of that intelligence is available to us as we're willing to receive. So we get to expand what we're willing to receive. We get to say, I can be more than what I was yesterday. I can be more in the next minute than I was in this minute. And all I have to do is open my mind to the idea that we can be whatever we want. We can do the things that we long to do. We can grow and expand and become more today than we were yesterday. more to say?
Well, what just popped in my mind when you were talking was, God's got me covered.
That's a good one.
And when you think about it, if you're spending all your time spinning your wheels
Mhm.
to get your will done, and you're not living in God's will, then you're a contrast to life. Life doesn't work that way. Life is it's an immediate thing. So I can make plans and have desires for the future and claim what I want in the future, but I have to live in the now. And that now may take me to someplace different than what I had in mind. What a glorious thing that is.
Mhm.
If I hang on to, no, I gotta have it this way, I gotta have this,
Mhm.
this is what I gotta do, and this is how I'm gonna do it, then you can end up spinning your wheels and getting nowhere fast. And I just say, just become aware. If you find yourself in a frenzy of energy trying to will something into fruition for you, just be still.
Mhm.
Close your eyes and let it go. It doesn't have to turn out the way you think it is. It can, but it doesn't have to.
It could be way better than you could think.
Yes. We use that in our prayer. This or something better.
Mhm.
So if you're praying for something, that's okay. It's okay. God wants you to have what you want, but also God knows what you need. And there's this fine balance between the two, what you want and what you need. But you'll get, if you be still and know the truth, you'll get exactly what is yours to get all the time.
Mhm.
So what do you think?
You want to pray?
I want you to pray.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm just going to invite you to take a couple really deep cleansing breaths. And just clear all that old air out and all those old thoughts out and all that old presence out as we just close our eyes and we just focus on the fact that there is only that one power, that one presence, that one life, that one absolute intelligence that is within each and every one of us in every moment, all of the time. And know that as we realize that our oneness with God, our oneness with life, our oneness with all that is, our oneness with absolute potential and possibility, we expand ourselves into our greater yet to be, into more than we thought we could be yesterday, and into more tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, until we just become that absolute being of light and love and truth that we know we can be. And so I know for each one of us that God is right where we are in every breath and every thought and every moment, that God is right there saying, what is it that you want, my beloved? And so as we begin to expand our awareness of what's possible for us and expand our awareness of the good we can do and we can be, we can expand all of the potential and we can recognize the truth of our being, our oneness with God, and we can live each life in love and peace and harmony and joy and expansion and wonder.
Mhm.
And as I know this for myself, I know it for each and every one of us, that we can each be that which we came here to be. We can each expand more and more and more each day and live that greater yet to be life. And so I surround us with light. I surround us with love. I surround us with infinite possibility and a healthy body and a healthy mind. And I surround this country with light and with love and with peace and with joy and harmony. I surround this planet with life and with peace and with joy. I surround us all with that love and that power and that presence that is God. And I'm so grateful to know that that is the truth, grateful to know that right where we are, God is, grateful to know that this day is the day God has made. And so in absolute gratitude, I release this word, I let it go, I allow it to be, and together we say, and so it is. Amen, aho, ashe, and woo-hoo!
And here we are. Paul is having a little trouble with his
All right.
his internet, so he's resetting it.
Well, good.
He's in the process.
Well, do we have something we can share now?
we can go to our thoughts that we usually do right after Paul's last,
Uh-huh.
or
That was a good lesson as far as message today. It takes courage, though, to not use your will. Here he comes. Not use your will and let God's will run your life. So it's definitely a courageous act.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
That's what we've been learning.
Practicing is very tricky because you have to have a clear mind to know the difference whether you're willing or whether God is willing.
I think sometimes when this obstacle happens and this obstacle happens and this obstacle happens, I have to rethink and go, maybe this isn't really what I meant to be doing here. There's an easier and better way that I could like move over here instead of thinking I have to stay right here. So I think for me, it's like just being aware of the present moment. And if it's happening in ease, then I'm probably in the right place. And if I'm really having to effort and struggle, then that might not be the
Yeah.
that might not be it. You know, there might be a better path, a better way, another thing.
Yes.
Because it's not intended to be struggle and like rolling that hill, that big rock up the hill, the Sisyphus, having to roll back down. It's not, we don't have to live it that way. And I'm not saying there aren't things that happen that are difficult and we have to deal with. I'm just saying sometimes we're efforting when there's another path just trying to show itself to us that we haven't seen yet because I happen to be stuck on this one.
Yeah, I see being in the present and going with the flow means you're probably doing God's will. And if you're zigzagging or backtracking or those kinds of things, you're probably using your own will.
Mm-hmm.
It's so exhausting.
It's exhausting.
All that thinking.
Yeah.
The saying, let go and let God, reminds me of that. And the serenity prayer.
Mhm.
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can,
And the wisdom to know the difference.
And that wisdom is not
That
always
wisdom is hard to find.
not always knowledge out of the brain. It's
Yeah.
that what both the reading and your talk talked about.
Yeah. Welcome back, Paul.
Yay!
Yeah, I don't know. There's a ghost in the machine. Everything's working fine. I didn't do anything different, but
Oh, yeah. Well, we're glad you can come back and have another song
Absolutely.
for us.
Yeah. We're ready.
You ready to go into the mystic?
Yes.
Yeah.
We were born before the wind, also younger than the sun. And our bonny boat was one as we sailed into the mystic. Hark now, hear the sailors cry. Smell the sea and feel the sky. Melt my soul and spirit, fly into the mystic. That foghorn whistle blows, you know I'll be coming home. When that foghorn whistle blows, I'm gonna hear it. I don't have to fear it. And I wanna rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old. Together we shall flow into the mystic. When that foghorn whistle blows, you know I'll be coming home. When that foghorn whistle blows, I'm gonna hear it. I don't have to fear it. And I wanna rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old. Together we shall flow into the mystic. Too late to stop now.
No, it's a great song for this.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Yeah, cool, cool, cool.
So here we are.
So here we are. We're hosting our tennis, and we got to run to the store before we go over there. So we're probably not going to stay too long.
We won't, we won't
After
stay for the after.
we end the stream and everything, but we can leave it on for you guys. And if anybody else, it is in the comments that if anybody can look at the comment, there's 2 people watching. If anybody wants to go to the comments and click, we can bring them in after the service.
Yeah. And we're open for answering any questions you may have or listening to your wisdom, some thoughts that you had from what you got from the service.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So join us.
Yeah.
So I'll do a benediction and we'll let you go.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you for all you do, all of the time.
Oh, we're happy to do it.
Yeah.
It's definitely a mutual benefit.
And Paul, you must have some kind of connection that you didn't know the reading before. You didn't know the talk, just the title, and somehow you always come up with the right songs.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank you.
I try to make it work here. I got a lot of songs, and it's good for me to always learn new stuff.
Yeah.
Great.
So
Go ahead.
So join me again by turning within and just feeling the truth of your being, that there's one and only one. And this one is sacred, holy, divine. And I am this one. As I know it for myself, I know it for all those tuned in and turned on to our service. And I hold for each person listening to the sound of my voice, I hold for you the highest and best possibilities, creativity, imagination, all coming forth with ease and grace. As you go through this week, you discover things that you've never known about yourself in positive ways. I hold this for us all, knowing the joy of life and the blessings of this time we've spent together. I release it, I let it go, and together we say, and so it is.
So it is.
So it is. All right, I'm going to play this little video for 30 seconds, and then I'll take us off the air, and then we'll be right back here where we are.
All right.
See you in
Thank
30
you.
seconds. Mm-hmm.